Hey, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show. Thanks for tuning in to the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM. If you're interested in sponsoring my show, you can send me an email to the MikeWagnerShow@gmail.com, or you could also donate to the podcast. Just go to the Donate Listen site, and you can also donate whatever you like. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. For those who are interested, Anchor can give you everything you need in one place for free, which you can use right from your phone or computer. We got creation tools, allows you to record and edit podcasts so it sounds great, and they'll distribute the podcast for you so it can be heard everywhere. Spotify, Apple, Google, many more. And you can make money from the podcast with no minimum listenership. So download the Anchor app for free or go to Anchor FM to get started.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention Mike Wagner Show, get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, and Deezer, Stitcher, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter. And check out the Mike Wagner Show on over 35 podcast platforms. And listen to the Mike Wagner Show on your favorite device. We're here with two terrific gentlemen from Toledo, Ohio area. I mean, these guys are just awesome. They're amazing. We got Stefan, Orozco, and Sebastian Brisino here on the Mike Wagner Show, and correct me on the last names as well, too, guys. And they've got a couple of hits out there called Mime and If I Was You, and these guys are very similar to Tool, Seether, Smashing Pumpkins, and more. These guys from Toledo, Ohio are just happening out there. So if you're in Toledo, check out the band Karie here on the Mike Wagner Show. And once again, Stefan and Sebastian from Karie, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for having us on. We're really excited.
Hey, Sebastian, we can hear the other end. So, yeah. Hey, Sebastian, don't be so quiet. Feel free to jump in. So,
That's right. Stefan has a pretty big mouth for the both of us sometimes.
Yeah, I got a pretty big mouth.
Well, you guys got to take turns somehow. So, you guys have been doing this for quite some time. You originally came from Saginaw, Michigan, now in Toledo, Ohio, and you got a couple of songs called Mime and If I Was You. And you've been influenced by a number of hard rock bands. And before we get into all that, tell us how you guys got started musically. So let's start with Stefan.
So musically, I kind of started, my parents introduced me more to, I guess, like 80s rock, like hair metal, I guess you can say, like Motley Crue, Metallica, the harder stuff. And then eventually when I became a little bit older, like just when I was about to move to about the Toledo, Ohio area from Saginaw, my dad introduced me to Siamese Dream, the album Siamese Dream, and it made me really want to pick up the guitar and learn, how to play guitar. Just a really awesome guitar-driven album, and, I just kind of learned guitar from listening to records, and then from there I just kind of taught myself how to play scales and stuff like that and kind of piece it all together.
Amazing. And how about you, Sebastian?
Yeah, my father was in a band back in the days, his heydays. And so both my parents are into music, and there's a lot of music in the house, and eventually I wanted to learn how to play too. So, around the age of probably 10, I got a guitar and then self-taught musician. Then sometime down the line in high school, when I started playing out more and stuff, I picked up how to play the bass and also the drums.
Wow, that's amazing. And was that one moment that influenced you in getting to music precisely? So, Stefan, let's start with you first, and then Sebastian, you can jump in.
I'm sorry, can you rephrase the question one more time, Mike?
Okay, I'm sorry. I think we might have cut here. So what was that one moment that precisely influenced you into getting into music, Stefan?
So I think the one thing that really introduced me to getting into music and playing music probably was seeing those early records of me, I guess just the early records of listening to hard rock and stuff like that, just seeing my idols play in front of a lot of people and play and do what they love to do. I've just always loved music and how it makes me feel. And, you know, ever since my early childhood, I've always just been introduced to hard rock music, like I said. And I love how it makes me feel. I love playing it. I love the feel. It's an awesome feeling.
That's amazing, too. And Sebastian, what was that one moment that influenced you into music? The one precise moment.
My parents were into music, so, you know, my mom would take me. I'd go tag along with some of my friends to go watch local bands play. So I did that a lot growing up and see the crowds there, and then all getting into their music and, you know, whatever else is a good feeling. And I wanted to have the same thing.
That is fantastic, too. And who are some of your favorite artists and singers and songwriters growing up?
My parents were also into, 80s hair metal. They were both teenagers in the 80s and whatnot, so I was influenced by a lot of Metallica, Guns N' Roses, and whatnot. And then later I started getting into 70s rock, like Led Zeppelin and Rush, and even, anything but country, really.
Mm-hmm. And then, Stefan, how about some of your other favorite artists and singers growing up as well, too?
Growing up, I was actually I was a really massive, obviously Smashing Pumpkins, Billy Corgan. His lyricism is just very, very poetic and very, very meaningful. I've always found the Smashing Pumpkins to be very, very close to my heart. Just like I said, the Siamese Dream is a very special album to me. But other than the Smashing Pumpkins and Billy Corgan, I really, really enjoyed Sean Morgan of Seether. I really enjoy Adam Gontier of 3 Days Grace and Saint Asonia. Maynard James Keenan from the band Tool. Also, Adam Jones from the band Tool. Again, all very great and cryptic musicians that I think are very, very smart people.
It sounds like it as well, too. And how'd you guys come together to form Karie?
So, long story short, I guess Sebastian can chime in on this, but originally the band was actually mainly just me, just doing a solo project kind of thing. We had a revolving door of, musicians that would play for a while and then kind of get out. So I was really only the original member. But we kind of just continue as this new Karie. Our drummer that is unfortunately not on the call with us, Jaron, just joined recently too, as well as Sebastian. But we've been together since this lineup has been consistent since about, January, Sebas?
Yeah, January. Our first show, January 4th.
Yeah, our first show with this lineup was about January 4th, and since then we've been on a 3-week tour, and we've played about 12 shows in a span of about 3 months or something like that.
Oh, very nice. You guys are off to a good start. And how did you two meet?
We met actually. Yeah, go ahead.
Karie's first show, their first show ever, back in December. I was a part of another band, and my band was on the same bill as Karie, and the band I was playing with, I didn't particularly like that much because they were a lot older than I was. And I saw them play, and I went up to Stefan after the show, and we exchanged numbers and whatnot. And then he ghosted me for a whole year before he finally texted me to, tell me to join the band.
Oh, my goodness. and you guys seem to have a pretty good chemistry as well, too. And we'll go ahead and play Mime and Avows You in just a minute. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And check out The Mike Wagner Show on over 35 podcast platforms. We're here with the band Karie with Stefan, Orozco, and Sebastian Brizzino here on bass here on The Mike Wagner Show. And before we get to more about the band and also talking about some of their upcoming projects and possible albums, here's one of their tracks called Mime here on The Mike Wagner Show. Here is Karie. That was Mime from Karie here on the Mike Wagner Show. And guys, tell us more about that song and what inspired you to write Mime.
So actually, this one was written before Seabass and Jaron, our drummer, joined the band. But I would say that the main influence for that song was just we needed a heavy song. We needed something to be a crowd pleaser and something that just grabs their attention. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I had this riff in my head that was, like I kept hearing it in my head. One day when I was at school, and I came home, started jamming it out, and played it in a few different tunings, and then, just kind of, it's just about, I guess, breaking through your comfortability of who you are, I guess, and not feeling trapped like your mind.
Mm-hmm. It almost sounds like kind of like breaking the silence in a way, too.
Yes, that is true. That is very true.
That is amazing as well, too. And what do you guys write the lyrics, and what do you guys base your lyrics on?
We just like deep and meaningful and almost encryptic lyrics.
Cryptic? Yeah. We try to be cryptic a lot, and a lot of the stuff. The newer stuff is like...
Yeah, like Seabass was saying, and a lot of the newer stuff. But we write mainly more encryptic and more, I guess, mysterious kind of. We try to go for a band that kind of likes to be misunderstood, I guess. Does that make any sense?
I know exactly what you're talking about, and we're going to play If I Was You up next. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look on a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support at sonicwebstudios.com. Mention The Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with the band Karie from Toledo, Ohio, here on The Mike Wagner Show with Stefan and Seabass joining us on the program. Right now we have If I Was You from Karie here on The Mike Wagner Show. We'll talk more about it and what's coming up for 2020, and we'll find out after If I Was You from Karie right here on The Mike Wagner Show.
For you, I'd
That was Karie, If I Was You, here on the Mike Wagner Show. And guys, tell us more about that song and what influenced you to write If I Was You.
Seabass, you want to take the lead on this one, man?
Go ahead, guys.
Yeah, If I Was You, like, Stefan wrote that song, again, before I joined the band, so I'm not real too sure on the inspiration.
Do you want me to kind of take over for that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just basically a song for about people that just have done you wrong, you know what I mean? Just, kind of taking the other shoulder and just writing your anger out on paper instead of doing it over, like, social media or, like, doing it in person. Just write the feelings out on a paper, really, I guess, about a person.
It almost sounds like what's happening today as well, too. And, of course, just another thing, too, which came up as well, too. And are we expecting any new music coming out later in 2020? And what are your plans for a possible album or more music and possibly a tour later in 2020 after we get through this pandemic?
Yeah, actually, Seabass can fill you in what's going on with that.
Yeah, right now we're in contact and we're working with Brian Wheat of the rock band Tesla. He plays the bass and he's the founder of that band. So we've been working with him since December. We already actually went out there to Sacramento to his recording studio. We recorded 3 songs while we were out there. And we had plans to go back here in May, but we're not too sure about that now with everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So everything's still kind of up in the air at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
we do have...
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead, guys.
Yeah, we do have 3... We do have 3 songs already recorded, but we're kind of going to go back over them and kind of repolish them since we do have a new drummer now, and we kind of want it to be the new band.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. That's fantastic. Looking forward to having what you got as well, too. And who do you consider biggest influence in your careers?
The biggest influence in my career, personally, are actually my parents, truthfully. They really influenced me to be who I am today. I know that's probably really cheesy sounding, but it's the truth. They really pushed me to do what I love to do, and I'm very, very grateful to have, parents, that support me and support the whole music thing. And also, too, people that, really influence me are my friends and also extended family, people that come out to our shows and support us, wear our merchandise, and, stream our music and represent us. Those people are my biggest influences just because they believe in me, so it makes me feel really good.
Mm-hmm. And then how about you, Sebastian?
Yeah, friends and family are always great. All I can say for all 3 of us, our friends and family support us 100% in what we're trying to do here and making a career out of music, which is not an easy thing to do. So we have their support 100%, and it really means a lot to us. And, that really pushes each and all of us to, do better so they can see it succeed.
Mm-hmm. And that's amazing, too. What's the best advice you guys can give to anybody at this point?
For me, is just do not give up. And if you want a good career in music, have structure and just be patient because it's not something that happens overnight. And I've had to learn that the hard way. We've been in the music industry, we've been in the machine, and we know we've seen what it really takes. And just do not give up. That's my advice.
Mm-hmm. And how about you, Sebastian?
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of naysayers out there. They say you're trying to make a career in music. It's not plausible. It's not whatever. But really, you just have to have determination and, not be afraid to get dirty because it just takes a lot of hard work and persistence to, make any headway. Not that we've made a great amount of headway, but from the time we've been together since January, I could say, even our likes on Facebook, they tripled since I joined the band less than half a year ago. So, I mean, with the right people, it's all about the right people, too. With the right people, you can accomplish, whatever you guys set your mind to do. And I feel like we're on the right path to doing that.
Mm-hmm. That sounds fantastic. Looking forward to what you guys have coming up in 2020. Love to have you guys back. And once again, the band Karie on the Mike Wagner Show is Stefan Orozco and Sebastian Brasino, or best known as Seabass, here on the program. Thanks, guys, for your time. You guys have been fantastic. Once again, tell us about your upcoming projects, what's your website, how do people contact you, where can people purchase or listen to your music?
So we have a website. It's actually just at the www.thebandkarie.com. No capitals or spaces. We are on all major streaming platforms for music, so Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Tidal, like almost anything. Amazon Music, we're on there. You can also find us on Facebook at The Band Karie, no spaces or capitals either, and the same thing for Instagram too. Twitter as well, too, yes.
Yeah, that's important as well, too. Guys, just want to say a big thank you for your time. You've been fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep this up to date. Look forward to having you back on sometime later in 2020 and beyond.
Heck yeah, man. Thank you so much for having us on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.